joining us once again on the KIS show. My name is Rukia Porobari and beautiful Slim Tolu.
Say adjective.
He's in the studio with me.
Adjective.
It's actually nice to be a slim, beautiful lady, is it not? Lots of people are killing to have this kind of, shape.
It is God's blessing. And we
acknowledge
it. I mean, I own this because a lot of time I'll just be walking and people, like, I've had that many times. People will just walk up to me and ask me if I'm into modeling or something. In fact, before I used to feel embarrassed, but now really? I just gladly smile.
Okay, you say no.
I say no, I don't do it professionally. They ask me close friends and have I?
Okay.
Not exactly. I mean, way back when I was an undergraduate student, I never thought of it. But now, because I get to hear of it more, there are times I've had to now reflect that is this that I made a wrong career choice? Maybe I had made a wrong career. I could have just gone into modeling way back, at least in my early 20s. But now, I beg go, we are pushing. No, there's still money in modeling, but I mean, if you want to consider the age, there are really younger girls people. Now. Yeah, I mean, 16, 17, 18. I mean, those ones are the ones that are odd cake now. So I just feel my purpose is much more bigger and broader than that. So if I get it as compliments and I just smile and move on, so it's no big deal. So you too, delictable. You might not be slim, but at least you are beautiful, delictable.
So I'm fat. That's what you're saying.
No, you're just normal. You're just
this is what I'm actually putting on. It's been a while. Like I haven't put it on since like last year or so, and it's one of my freest gowns. This particular gown I'm putting on. I put it on this morning, and I was like, "Geez, what's that? This is so tight." And I had to just ask someone to help me do my zip, and I'm like, wow, how we just put on weight and we don't know. We believe we still look the same way we used to look years ago, but I tell you, times are changing.
Seconds, like it's just ticking away.
Exactly.
Nothing remains the same, actually. Your biological clock is... Please don't let us get into that.
Clock is ticking, yeah, please.
But yeah, it's just life, Diary. And that brings me to what I saw on Facebook. Just this morning when I was coming to work, like I was on transit and I was just really reflecting that life is so transient. I saw 2 different Facebook posts notifying me of people's, like 2 people that died. They died last year. Wow. So like it's already a year. Yeah. One of them is my friend's dad. I know the man well. And today is supposed to be his posthumous, today is his birthday. Okay, now it's posthumous birthday. So of course, then my friend put the picture of the father, and I'm just reflecting, like way back when I was really living within that vicinity and we were close, I just, there were memories. Then another person that I saw also died late last year. A friend of her also posted a picture, like just a remembrance of her, and I'm like, see, life is so fleeting. Like all of us will live here one day. Yeah. So whatever it is you do now, just make each second count. Like just really make impact, because you never can tell when it will be the end of the road for you. I mean, death is a natural phenomenon. All of us will live here one day. So it is what you do with your life that really matters. So it's just like a like a reminder. As we're talking about biological clock ticking around. The truth is, life is moving on. Like life evolves, and nothing is waiting for you. So whatever it is you have to do now, do it while you have the time.
Exactly. Anyway, that will bring me to the issue of hiking prices of foodstuffs here and there. And actually,
you can say that.
So people talking about tomatoes and pepper. Actually, I had my own experience too. In fact, this week I've not really been able to
on Monday, Tuesday,
any tangible food. I've just been eating junk.
People could not find pepper and tomato to buy in market.
That's true.
But yesterday, I heard that it's now in market. Like it's much better than the previous day. And I really wonder how within the space of 1 week things can, like the price of things can just spring up that much. From 2, someone said she bought 2.5 a basket of tomato 2.5 as a last week. This week they're saying is around 13K to 15K.
Wow.
And I'm surprised, like that's a lot of money.
May God help us in Nigeria in Jesus' name. We just hope that the federal government will really do something about this economic you know, issues. And you know what I just want is for food stuff, you know, things that we need to just be a little bit
much more available.
And much more available,
I mean,
and a little bit less cost. Do you understand? So that people will still have that motivation to live. But when you don't have much, you don't even have food to eat. Well, some people just go into depression just because they've not eaten in the morning or they've not eaten
at least
for
food
the past
and
3
shelter.
days. Exactly.
Forget about social amenities or good. I mean, just these are important, but on a scale of priority, let people have food to eat. Let it be surplus. Let it be in abundance.
Available.
Yes.
And cheap as well. May God help us in Jesus' name. So we'll go for a break right now. When we come back, the conversation continues. Stay with us. You're welcome back from that break. But I still keep it simple. Myself and Tolu are staying in the studio right here. And today's discussion is something that just came on our table, and we think that it's very important for us to ask these questions as it involves life. So today's question is, does matchmaking still work? Matchmaking, I mean a guy and a girl, somebody referring one person to the other. Referring one person to the other hand. Oh, she's a good girl. We like to marry her. Something like that. Anyway, that's on a lighter note. Tolu, does matchmaking still work?
If you ask me.
Have you ever been matchmade?
Now who I go ask?
Have you ever been in that show where someone is like, Tolu is a very beautiful girl. Tolu, I have a brother. I have a very fine, handsome brother. He will take care of you.
Oh, Lord.
He has money. I want you to see him. In fact, you guys will be good together. Have you ever been matchmade before with someone else?
I have been approached on that basis before.
Okay.
But I respectfully declined. And in fact, at that time, I wasn't in any relationship.
Okay, why did you decline? You didn't just like the idea of someone taking that kind of important choice from your hand.
I appreciate, because according to it's a kind gesture, like, oh, you just feel you're a good person, and he knows another good guy that he feels both of you could, you know, just work something out. But for some reason, I don't know, my spirit just didn't, at that time, I'm not saying the person in question is a bad person, no, I don't know him. But the man that knows, I mean, the mutual connection we both have, the middleman that knows me and knows the person here, is someone I'm just getting to know. I think we were working in the same place. It was even in the office. Yeah. Then I was doing my internship at Duty Bank. So I just worked with this man for like 5 months. So he's my superior in the office. I'm just really trying to understand him. But he likes me from the onset. Out of every other intern, he really picked an interest in me. So I'm like, you know that kind of, when someone really likes out of every other person, and it's so obvious. And I'm trying to really watch how I even relate with him. He's not coming to tell me, okay, so he has one brother. So I was like, okay, maybe this has been what
why he has been nice
all the while. So I just like, no. He asked me if I said yes. I was not in a relationship. I told him, I'm telling you.
Why did you lie?
I said, okay, I was just coming out of one. Actually, I was just coming out. At that time, I knew I was done with that one because, I mean, there were many issues. So I really needed time to myself. Like, I just needed my time. So I told him, sir, I'm in one. So I'm not available. Thank you. And I actually just jokingly mentioned it to my mom. My mom was so indifferent. She was like, well, okay, God will just help you. That was just what my mom, because I told her that so and so person in the office said this. And I'm like, well, me, I'm not even in for anything. That is one out of many. In fact, one happened towards the ending of last year. Okay. It is still at work. One of my daddies still want to say, can you meet this? Can you be friends with this person? We even exchange contacts. But more often than not, what I've noticed is I just kind of
I think you are not open to the idea of matchmaking.
I don't know. I don't know if we vibe. I mean, there is one that we are friends. Just see if whatever it is that person feel you in on. Me, I'm not interested though, but you want to be a friend, so just be in the friend zone. Me, you friend zone. Let me be in the friend, because I'm not like that vibe is not there for anything serious, but we could be friends. So I don't know. But for some persons, I think matchmaking really was, because I know of people that were matchmaking, and the marriage is working out. Yeah.
All right. So,
I know of one or two persons.
All right. So the story goes that before, in our parents' time, let me use in the olden days, there were people that, our parents, they really didn't meet our dads themselves. They had to be referred by one relative or friend or something. And sometimes they didn't even know the guy or the lady until the day that the person comes. They've already finished the wedding and everything, so they just send you your wife as a package, like a courier.
Parcel that was delivered at your doorstep.
Exactly. There's a book I read like that. I think Joys of Motherhood. The lady went to, it was in Lagos or so, and she met the man that she was supposed to get married to, and she saw that the guy is even ugly and
as big.
That's aside, but. I don't know. Do you really think that it will work in this generation where we have lots of we are people of choice? We love our choice. We don't want people to make choices for us, especially real life issues like marriage. I mean, this is someone I'm going to be settling down with for the rest of my life. So how can you, as a person, I don't care who you are, want to, as in, remove that choice from my hand? And you make that choice for me, and you're like, oh, this person is the person that you should marry. Is that right? I don't think it is, right? But for me as a person, all right, so you're asking me, have I ever really been matchmaked before? Yeah, I've actually heard people talk about it, tell me, and I'm like, right from there, I just downplay it, and I'll just laugh. I'll make it to be something of a joke. I'll be like, oh, really? Wow, that's nice. And I will laugh and laugh and laugh. You never got
to meet the person,
but
the guy.
Meet what? As I'm stepping out of that place, I'll forget. I'm even erasing it from my mind.
Like insistent
if
on
they had
you
been
meeting,
insistent, I will start avoiding them, because I don't want someone to make that kind of choice for me. But that doesn't mean that matchmaking doesn't work. For some people, so it really does work.
Let's talk about the good that matchmaking can offer, because I've seen relationships that it had worked, like it has really worked. In fact, there is one, I just remember one that is even close, and that happened last year. So let me just share one of the story. This lady worked in Lagos, her parents are in the East, and she said her dad had always been this kind of person that has a special grace for matchmaking, that as far as she can remember,
special grace for matchmaking.
Some people tell you, like if they matchmake people, it's what. Maybe I shouldn't use the word special grace, but it had worked out for people that they've matchmaked. So the lady said the father had matchmake like 3-4 relationships that had really blossomed into beautiful marriages and homes, and in fact it's marriages of 10-15 years. You get me? So she knows what her father can do, but she all along she had always been this type of person that no, like you cannot match me. I know what I want. I'll go for my choice and all of that. And I think she's in her mid-20s, and she had reason to travel home to the East, and her father just mentioning to her that okay, since your last relationship, you've never even talked about any guy, that there's this guy that I would like you to meet. And blah blah blah. She was like, you've come again. See, all those things that you did for auntie so and uncle so don't meet. And she's the first daughter anyway. She's the Ada. Don't think it will. The father said, okay, it's not like he's pushing it or anything, but maybe just consider. I mean, drop it if it will not work. But I would like you to meet so. and that was it. She said after weeks, like after some weeks, she just felt okay. I think the guy actually came to the house. They met, and that was just it. Like so
they liked each other.
Yeah. So
okay.
she, you know, while sharing her story, she said in her life she wouldn't have ever believed that she would be a product of match or arranging sort of. But now she's having the best time of her life. She has 2 kids now for the same guy.
That's beautiful.
In fact, she's a YouTuber. She talks about many things. She talks about marriages, relationships, blah blah blah. A lot of time the guy even feature in some of our YouTube videos, and they're doing well for themselves. That is one case study.
That's
so
nice.
I understand the part of choice, you having your choice as a lady or a guy, and I also understand the part of the people that wants to matchmake you. For some, most of them actually have good intentions, and they know the 2 of you. If they're, especially if they are spirit-filled, if they are believers, that is when it's even much better. They are like, the person matchmaking is a believer. He's filled with the Spirit of God. He knows this person. This is a child of God from a from a good home. The other person, and maybe just maybe this person has special grace, like I've mentioned the other time. You could say, why don't you guys? I mean, you are single. He's single. Talk and let's see if this thing will lead somewhere. So there are places of. Most time I think there is a place of direction, there is a place of guidance. They don't impose it on you. They just guide you into it. If you can, and if the Spirit of God is, you know, with them, all the people involved, don't say, because this person mentioned, this person wants to make me, and is a believer. Outrightly, that means the partner will be good. You also have to use your discretion. You also need to let Holy Spirit help you. You get me? But I'm just trying to say, all in all, is that sometimes this thing works and it's based on guidance and direction, especially if these people involved are Christians.
Yeah. And something I've come to realize, I think I actually miss that, is the fact that the fact that someone is trying to matchmake you doesn't mean that you don't have your choice as well in the matter,
to either say yes or no.
Still the ball still lies in your court. Like, you are still the one that will make the final decision if you want to accept that person or not. If it is not like a forceful marriage or forceful thing, as far as you still have your choice, I think it's still good. It's just like bringing someone, like, you know. Wow, I think matchmaking is a good. I would like to try it out one day. But the guy has to be well loaded.
Oh goodness! Tell me about that.
We need to go for a break right now. When we come back, the conversation still continues. Welcome back from that break. It's still Keep It Simple, and yes, we're still discussing, does matchmaking still work? All right, so I think we should look at the aspect of the disadvantages of matchmaking, of a matchmaked relationship.
The truth is, everything that has a good part will have the other side. So, well, the only one that comes to mind is the tendency of the matchmaker being a control freak. I think I can remember a Yoruba adage that says that till Okoba Timoju Yawo, Alare no Areba. like.
What's the meaning of that?
I don't even know if I said that well. Ti okoba moju ya allow na areba or something like that. I think that means if when the husband to be meets the wife to be,
okay,
the matchmaker, the middleman will have to excuse or step back or something. Like the work has concluded when the bride meets the groom. So you, the middleman, you have to now step back and let them live their life.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have had instances of cases like that where the person in the middle that brought about the whole marriage thing, like the couples meeting, now tends to have this, just becomes control freak. Because this person is my daughter, this person is my son, then you now also want to just,
I brought you guys together.
Just want to know everything that happens in the relationship. You just want them to be answerable unto you. And I'm not saying that it's not good, but there should be limits to it. And for every marriage, there is also the place of both couples, the two individuals in the marriage, to have someone they can submit to, actually, to have like mentors or pastors. I mean, what do they call it now? Heads that they can actually, submit to, people they can trust when they are going through turbulent times, and they can, so it's good. So for instances where the matchmaker is now the person they look up to, that they always want, pray with us, ma or sir, this is what we are going through. I mean, it's fine if they can confide in you, if they trust you where to confide with you with some issues they are facing in marriage. But if they don't expect that the couples will always come running to you because you are the one that matchmake them. If they, I mean, it lies in their hands to choose who to want to submit to or not. You get me? So just the tendency of them becoming control freak. I want to know what's up all the time. I think that's one of the disadvantages.
I've actually heard someone say that if the person who brings yourself or your partner together might not be totally happy if he or she sees you prospering.
Can you imagine?
I've
so what's not the point?
What's
not the essence of now bringing them together?
I don't want to make this like a generalization, but they say it happens a lot, especially if the person is like a sibling to one of the partners, or friends, one of
that's
the partner.
Another perspective.
And they'll be like, oh, this person,
maybe it's just a friend, a mutual friend.
That jealousy starts coming in and all that. But I think people really should be careful of how much they allow the outsiders influence their relationship. No matter what role they played at the onset of the relationship. If they're the ones that even brought you together, it doesn't mean that they should have total control of your relationship, of what
your decisions
exactly. It should be between yourself and your partner or your spouse, as the case may be. Well, God's willing. I pray God helps each and every one of us. For everyone that is looking up to God for a partner, I pray that God will provide someone according to his heart and according to his will. And for relationships, marriages, and I pray that has been matchmaked or by choice, we pray that God will also help them to uphold their vows to the end in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Right, so something we would quickly like to talk about is the issue of bet, and it actually came to our notice that some people, some ladies, some guys, but mostly come up with guys, well, they place bet on people to go after people, to go after ladies thereabouts for a relationship, and at the end, well, they have something to they have something to reap with their friends. Probably they dropped money, they dropped cars or anything, material thing or whatever the case may be. What do you think about it? Someone putting up a bet that let's just bet and I can get this lady.
Really?
And before you know it, the lady is unaware of whatever bet, and the guy comes in like a very good angel.
Anybody done this to you before?
No.
I will have asked what's your response.
No. But if I was in that situation,
because me, it has never happened
to
me.
That would be the end of the relationship. The day I get to find out, that should just be the end of the relationship. Because I feel that it's based on lies. I mean, you came to me because of a bet. So that means you never really liked me, or you never really loved me, or something like that.
If you ask me, I don't know how we act because I've never been in that situation.
I know, but I've never been, but me,
I'm trying to also consider the other side.
What's the other side?
What if you guys had gone really far into the relationship and
almost getting married? Or
maybe even almost. It could have started with a bet, quite all right. But along the line, you guys fell in love. I mean, it was everything you just become everything you ever wish for in a man.
Okay.
He adores you, he cares for you, and you know, you love him genuinely, he loves you genuinely, and you're already thinking of, you know, taking a step further, going to the altar, and he now opens his mouth and says, babe, I need to just confess, like this was how it started. This was what I did with my friends, and we had a bet. They probably felt you can never accept me, like I cannot even date you. That was the whole idea, but I just wanted to try my luck, and it happened that we are here now, and I just want you to know, and so you can forgive me. If the guy tells me that, yeah, I could be mad initially, but I think I will forgive him if everything is fine with us up until the time he confessed. What if he had not even told you, he didn't confess, and much later you now get to find out from his friends or something? So I don't know, it depends on the scenario, but I think I will forgive him if I love him and he loves me. And
I'm not saying that
forgiveness
is not there,
but I warn you. What's now the issue of him?
If he's the one that
if he's the type that can even bet on a lady, that means he's also the one that will patronize Naira bets.
No.
maybe gambling is in his blood already. So I'm not talking about that, you know, that kind of person. But if it's a silly mistake he made when we're not even an item, you get me? And he confesses, he has to, I think
if he's the one that comes to you and tells you about it after some time, okay, this is what I did, I'm really sorry, but I just feel that I need to come playing with you. Oh, fine. At first it would hurt. But probably I might just need a break.
Yeah.
If I think about it thoroughly, I need to forgive this person. After I've probably ranted and, you know, I can still accept the person back. But if it is someone else, I get to find out from an outsider in a very, very embarrassing way or manner. I think it will be very hard. It's not if I won't forgive her, but the relationship might just be scattered from there. It's very, very important that people build their relationship on trust. And not just you know, this is just like a public thing. Everybody's just waiting to see that the relationship fails or something, and you know, it's just.
And to think that you actually collected money.
Exactly.
To be with you.
That's really crazy. Oh my goodness, we've just been chatting. But one thing we want people to realize is that trust is very important in a relationship. No matter how it is starting, always complain. If this is your age, don't lie about your age. Don't lie about your genotype. Don't lie about so many important things. Someone was asking me recently, she wants to hook up with a guy, someone like a matchmaking, but in a original certificate, she had to backdate years because of job and some things. So right now, she wants to. The guy is coming. She knows the guy is coming because someone linked them together. She's like, which age should I use? Should I use my real age, which says I'm almost 30, or should I use my fake age, which says I'm 25 or 24? Wow. And I'm like, why don't you just say the truth? Because this person is going to meet your family. You guys are going to be staying together for a very long time. It will meet your siblings. One day, your siblings might just say that this is how old I am. And you'll be wondering, how come you're older than your siblings?
The secret will be
sibling is like this.
And
the person would really feel bad. So relationship should really be built on trust and honesty.
You're very right on that. And as regards matchmaking, I just want to say that let's be guided. I mean, be open-minded. Just be open to the possibilities that life can offer. But as much as you are open, let God guide you through whatever decision. Whether someone is asking you, encouraging you to meet someone that you think is suitable for you, ask God for direction. Yeah, that God could actually be using that person.
Yeah, sure.
For you, you never can tell. We have instances in the Bible, back in the days, these are things that happen. Even in the Bible, we have records of that because, you know, what they say this time is, if you can find it in the Bible. If you can't find anything in the Bible, then don't do it. But if you can find it in this thing, it was found in the Bible. But we have many instances like that. But because of our generation, we are in a woke generation, and people are exercising their power of will and choice and many things like that. So whatever the case is, just let God choose for you and everything will be fine. But that is not to say that whether you are matchmake or you make your choice by yourself, there are still not going to be issues in the marriage.
No,
relationship requires hard work, serious work.
Exactly.
You gain what you sow in it.
So we'll draw the curtain here. It's been such a wonderful time with you, Tolu. I hope we can actually do this over and over again. Talk about relationships. It's actually nice. But then I think we should go.
We should go and do certification I'm telling you, you go and do certification in relations. They're just gonna do any course because the way you are going, she's suitable for marriage counseling and all of that. Packages. Just go and do one course. Like that's how you'll be certified.
Yes,
maybe me too. I could consider it.
I will think about it tonight before I go to bed.
All right.
So we'll see you again. Don't forget to download the GovTV app. The link is showing right on your screen, and watch for much updates on the app and also on all our social media platforms on Facebook, on Twitter, and Instagram. It's official GovTV. Till we meet you same time and same place. Have a wonderful day. For myself and Tolu. Bye.